Welcome to this new YouTube channel. Here, me and Teresa will talk about the main features and components of Black Lives Matter in the framework of our academic course of digital politics. Exactly. In about 3 minutes, each episode of this channel will give us pills of knowledge about this political and social movement. Yes, in this mini-series, which is composed by 5 episodes, we will talk about Black Lives Matter as a movement.
In this third episode, we are going to talk about how Black Lives Matter, from the social media passing through the streets, achieved changes in the legislation of the United States, and why this kind of movement is important for an efficient democracy.
So, as things stand in 2015, if you were a civil rights activist and you needed to get some news out, your first move was to choose a platform. If you wanted to mobilize a certain amount of people and you do want the whole world to talk about it, Twitter or Facebook.
And then the crowd mobilized through these networks, and it moves from the network into the streets. And the hashtag becomes indeed a real movement. But actually, are those movements useful at all? What does it mean? Are they achieving some goals?
Sure thing that they are useful. The value of movements is profound indeed. Movements are what keep democracy from falling into the bureaucracy and oligarchy described by Max Weber.
So the movement for Black Lives is the kind of movement that shows up the dimension that social movements play in a democracy.
Indeed, in the second decade of the 21st century, the world had already witnessed a series of uprisings demanding democratic accountability around the world. So the context made organizer Alicia Garza hastily typed cry that Black lives should matter, signaling a strong political despair.
For citizens, politics of despair is characterized by a lack of institutional investment and political trust, cultural meanings that are illegible across difference, and a cynicism about the possibility of political efficiency. But what helps to feel that the opinion of ordinary people and political action matters actually?
The answer is social movement. Social movement can repoliticize public life because they remind people both of what active citizenship can look like and what it can accomplish.
And the movement for Black Lives Matter is a powerful case that shows up what organized members of the polity can do.
This movement has mounted some of the most potent civil rights activism since the 60s. It helps secure the removal of the Confederate flag from the South Carolina capital.
It also helped pressure the federal government to investigate police practices in Ferguson and in Baltimore. And also, it has successfully pushed Democratic presidential contenders to come forward with policy proposals on these specific issues concerning Black people in America.
Moreover, a project called Campaign Zero, an offshoot of the movement, have put forward a bunch of specific policy proposals to uproot police violence.
So, this was
the
our third episode, and thanks for watching. And in the next one, we will talk about counter slogans and how they were born after Black Lives Matter movement. So,
Stay tuned!